start with the session 2 now. So today we will be doing animals, animals and their food. Animals and their food. What is the difference between mushroom and other plants? See, the first and foremost, have you ever seen any green color mushroom? Have you ever seen any green? No. Why? Because they do not have chlorophyll. Right? So that is the first reason why they are not plants. That is the first reason. Have you ever seen mushrooms having roots? Have you seen mushroom having leaves? Have you seen them doing photosynthesis? These are characteristics of plants. So if they do not have the characteristics of plants, then they cannot be called as plants. Do they bear flowers? Do they bear fruits? The only thing is that they grow in size, and out of dead and decaying matter. So they are basically saprotrophs. What are saprotrophs? Trophs means nutrition. Sapro means dead and decaying. Organisms which derive food from dead and decaying matter are known as saprotrophs. So mushrooms fall under the saprotrophic category. They are neither plants nor animals. They cannot be animals because they cannot move. Right?
Ma'am, saprotrophic, can you explain it again?
See, what is the meaning of trophic? Trophic or trophy. Trophy means nutrition or to derive nutrition. Okay. When you say autotrophs means they make their own food themselves. Right? And when you say saprotrophs, sapro means dead and decaying. For example, mushrooms will only grow on dead and decaying plants and animals because mushrooms derive their food from dead and decaying matter. Because they don't have the green pigment chlorophyll, they cannot do photosynthesis. Neither do they have hands and teeth and mouth like animals that they would eat. So the only source is that you'll find in forests or bread mold for that matter. Bread mold is also when the bread goes bad, decays, only then you will find bread molds growing like this. That is also a kind of fungi. Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, tell me, keep telling. What next?
Carnivores.
Carnivores.
Omnivores.
Omnivores.
Scavengers.
Okay, scavengers, yes. Yes, Yashika. Also decomposers. Why do we call them herbivores?
Ma'am, because they only eat like plants, kind of.
Correct. They only survive on green plants.
Yeah.
Right? They only survive on green plants. That's the reason why we call them herbs, herbivores. It's not that they only eat herbs, they also eat trees and shrubs, but they only eat green plants. That's the reason why we call them herbivores. Example is cow, goat, buffalo, camel, lamb, etc. Okay? Now coming to carnivores. Fawaz, what are carnivores? Fawaz, what are carnivores?
Carnivores are animals that eat other animals like lion,
Go ahead.
Tiger,
Correct.
cheetah.
Very good. Okay. So basically carnivorous animals are animals which eat flesh-eating animals. Right? So we can write they are flesh eaters. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Now next coming to omnivores. Pragya, tell me who are omnivores?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, omnivores are the animals that eat both plants And animals, they're like the mixture of carnivore and a herbivore. They can eat everything, almost everything.
Very good. So they are basically a combination of herbivores and carnivores. So they eat plants as good as they eat flesh. And what would be the examples like?
Human beings.
Hmm.
And crow.
Crow actually falls under omnivores, but we'll not put him here. There's a reason why.
And
I'll tell you the reason later. First tell me some other omnivores.
can you tell?
Dog,
Cat.
cat, yes, correct. So they are all omnivores. Now coming to scavengers, right? Who are scavengers? Who will tell me? Riddhima, can you unmute yourself? Yes, even bears are omnivores, correct.
Our Rigmas left the meeting, so she could not.
Okay, not a problem. Neha, you tell me, who are scavengers?
Okay. Scavengers are animals that eat dead animals.
That eat?
Yeah, that is dead animals.
They eat only dead animals. Dead, only dead. So what are the examples?
Vulture.
Okay,
Does eagle come on there?
we'll put crow here.
Oh no.
Okay, the reason why we have not put crow here, omnivores, is because it features as a scavenger. And you know what? Crow is known as the scavenger of the society because it really keeps our society, our roads, our everything clean. Because whatever it finds, it eats. So it's known as the scavenger of our society. Then what are decomposers? Pragya.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, decomposers are like living organisms that, like the dead plants and animals, they break those down and turn them into soil for like the other animals and the other plants. So they break things down.
Mm-hmm.
And they are also called the cleaning agents of our environment, because if they were not there, the whole ground would be covered in dead animals, dead plants, and the world was to be a big mess.
Correct. Very good. Very well said. So basically decomposers are which thrive or which live on both dead and decayed. Here decayed is the key. In scavengers it was only dead. But in a decomposer it is dead and decayed organisms. It could be plant, dead decayed plant, or it could be dead decayed animal. But these would eat these only. These, decomposers would eat only dead and decayed organism. For example, we have the earthworm. Right? Earthworm comes under the animal kingdom, and earthworm is a decomposer because
Ma'am, can I ask something?
Yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that, like the virus, bacteria, and fungus, all do they come in decomposers or do they come in scavengers?
They do not fall under the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
I told you, no, they are neither plants nor animals.
Okay, but
they are yet to be classified. They have still not been classified because they don't have any characteristics of either plants or animals.
okay.
Yeah.